Yo, what is up guys? I'm bringing you a brand new video today, and this time it's on one of Black Desert Online's most obscure items in the game, the Archaeologist map. The map can be crafted by assembling 4 items which are exclusively dropped by mobs within Pilla Ku and the Sulfur mines, and they are both in the Valencia region. This video is going to discuss the features of the map and the rotations that you should be using if you want to get the map, as well as how long you should expect to be grinding these locations in order to complete it. In essence, the map acts like a normal traveler's map that you can purchase off the market, and it'll allow you to teleport to a selection of towns near your location instantly. But the difference is that the Archaeologist map not only teleports you to a nearby town of your choosing, it also lets you teleport back to your original location within a 30-minute window as long as you're in a safe zone. And this can be any safe zone. So that means that if you really wanted, you could use the map in Grana, ride out to Valencia City, and then teleport instantly all the way back to Grana. It should be noted that each of these map pieces don't actually tell you which mob dropped the piece. So for example, this piece was dropped by a deportee in Pilla Ku. It doesn't actually tell you that. So it's highly recommended that you go and open up a brand new chat window, and you hit the settings icon, you enable system, and you have general as the only one checked off. This particular checkbox will allow you to see in the chat what mob dropped the piece after one has dropped for you, and then you should take a picture to make sure that you do not have any duplicate pieces, because you are going to need one of each exclusive mob, and duplicates do not help you unless you're trying to make another map. Alright, on to our first grind location, which is Pilla Ku. I recommend that you start out in Pilla Ku if you try to go for this map. First of all, it's better money than Sulfur, and it also harbors the hardest pieces of the map. This means that if you end up giving up while you're going for the map here, at least you made a little bit of money, more so than what you would have made at Sulfur. Alternatively, if you get both the pieces of the map, you can feel a little bit of comfort knowing that the hard part's out of the way. The mobs that drop the map here are the Deportee and the Iron Fist Warder, and the rotation that I'm doing here very shortly is the 11 Deportee and 21 Iron Fist Warder rotation, and the respawns of these mobs are 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So this means that if you're being optimal, you should receive both map pieces after a little over 79 hours if you have no buffs, and you should also get the deportee first on average, which takes around 75. If you have all significant drop rate bonuses in the game, including 20% ecology, comma blessing, 5 luck, your guild owns Valencia Castle, you're on the Archer channel, and you have a loot scroll running, you can expect to get both of these pieces in as little as 26.5 hours. So it's definitely the best rotation in the game. If you happen to get an Iron Fist Warder piece first and the deportee second, which probability states that you should be getting the deportee first, but in the case that it's opposite, you have some comfort in knowing that this is the best rotation for the deportees. There is only 11, which is sort of unfortunate. Even though the drop chance of the map is the highest in the game, it's 0.005%. Since there is so few of these mobs, it's very hard to make a very consistent rotation out of them. So what I would recommend is if you get the Iron Fist first, then go ahead, do the 11 deportees on spawn, but maybe take some time to kill some of the other smaller mobs in order to get a little bit more money while you're grinding here. The rotation itself is really easy to do in under 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and it's kind of contested, so this is the best rotation to go for the map. It's even better than main rotation, so I would be careful. There's definitely going to be a lot of people that are on the Archer channel. It should be relatively easy to find people, or find a spot off of the Archer channel, but if you're on Archer, then you're going to expect to PvP, and you do spawn all the way at node. The second grind location is the Sulfur mines. And this particular location is notoriously bad for money. You're really going to make nothing here, but that being said, you're going to be here a little less time than the other place. It's about 20% less time on average, I would say. And the rotation I'm going to show you here, it's a pretty obscure one. You're not going to notice a lot of people that really show up here. It's pretty rare. I did not see many people. But the rotation I'm starting right now, it actually has quite a good proportion of mobs. So it has 23 2-car, which is the rarest piece that is dropped from here. And then there are 38 of the lava devourers. Now, technically the devourer piece in this rotation is rarer, but since there are many more mobs, it turns out that it is not the rarest piece to get. And you'll find that by doing this rotation, you're probably going to expect to get the devourer piece before you get the 2-car, just slightly. It'll take you about 54, 55 hours on average. And to get the 2-car at this 2-car piece of this rotation, we're looking at a little over 60 hours. Now, I will say about this rotation, it's very spread out, and having a high mobility class absolutely helps you out here. So this is sort of a pseudo rotation. It's not really recognized by many people that grind here, and it is very spread out as a result of it, but it actually has the highest proportion of lava 2-cars that you can kill within a 2-minute and 30-second cycle. They have the same spawn timers as the Pilla Ku mobs, and that's why I prefer grinding here. Additionally, since the Devourer is something that you can expect to get just as a byproduct of farming at this rotation, you don't really need to worry about going out and finding a good rotation of Devourers to kill. There's definitely better and more condensed rotations outside of this particular volcano that I'm in, and it's better for the lava devourers, but since you're able to expect to get this piece anyway while you're farming the 2-cars, it sort of makes more sense to actually farm the 2-cars and just kind of kill the devourers as you're going. In fact, there are certain packs while I was grinding for this map piece where I didn't even kill the devourers if they're out of my way. So for example, this one here I just kind of ignored, but if you're really quick about it, that you're a high mobility class like Musa Mewal, you're going to have absolutely zero problem keeping up. Zerker is one of the faster ones, but if you're like a sorceress or just a really low mobility class that can't move long distances, I would highly recommend skipping a lot of the extra Devourer packs that I'm killing along the way and just purely going for the 2-cars. So we're reaching the end of this rotation here. It takes me a little bit over 2 minutes 30 seconds, but in general, like, you don't really want to be hitting spawns, so, you know, having a little bit extra time on the rotation is not too bad. But yeah, guys, basically, once you complete this lap, you kind of have all the knowledge you need to get all the map pieces, and you're pretty much ready to go from here. I'm going to show you a grand summary of how much time it should be taking in order to get all of the map pieces. So as you can see, popped up on the screen here is the calculations that I was doing in Excel based on how many mobs that you're killing and how rare they are. In general, with no buffs, the entire map should take you 139.75 hours in order to complete. And if you have every single possible buff, it should take you as little as 46.5 hours. Now, I will say, even though I had all buffs running while I was going for this map, it did take me 95 hours. So 46 hours is average. You're definitely going to be spending extra time based on inefficiencies, based on bad RNG. And you know what? You could even create the map in a quicker time period. But be warned that you can spend a significant amount of time. I've heard of some people that have spent 400 hours going for the map and they still haven't received the entire thing. So, you know, RNG can be really tough sometimes, but if it is something that you really want to go for, just kind of push on and, you know, feel a little bit of comfort knowing that if you're doing the rotations I showed in this video, you are being optimally efficient in what you're doing, and just kind of go from there. I'm going to put a link down to a Google Sheets version of this calculator that you're seeing on the screen. And what it's going to do is allow you to enter in what your drop multiplier is. So, for example, if you don't have 20% ecology or you don't have Valencia Castle, it's going to allow you to input your own data into it, which will then allow you to see how many hours it's expected that it's going to take for you to get this particular map. But that's about it, guys. So if you have any questions on what we talked about in this video or potential uses for the map, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try my best to respond to every single one of them. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.